Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in Dungeon World for this video. We are going to finish the world building part of the chapter now that we've built a village, a town, a keep, and a city. We're going to go over the information they have on the next couple pages on how this would all work on a campaign map and other things that might help us on running it. So let's start with fronts on the campaign map. Your steadings, so everything we created, are not the only thing on the campaign map. In addition to steadings, the areas around them, your fronts, will appear on the map, albeit indirectly. Fronts are organizational tools, not something the characters think of, so don't put them on the map directly. The orcs of Ulgogloth may be a front, but don't just draw them on the map. Instead, for each front, add some feature to the map that indicates the front's presence. You can label it if you like, but use the name that the characters would use, not the name you have given the front. For example, the orcs of Ulgogloth could be marked on the map with a burning village they left behind, fires in the distance at night, or a stream of refugees. Lord Zothel, a lich, might be marked by the tower where dead plants take root and grow. As your fronts change the map. If the players cleanse Zothel's tower, redraw it. If the orcs are driven off, erase the crowds of refugees. Updating the campaign map. The campaign map is updated between sessions or whenever the players spend significant downtime in a safe place. Updates are both prescriptive and descriptive. If an event transpires that, say, gathers a larger fighting force to a village, update the tags to reflect that. Likewise, if a change in tags means that the village has a bigger fighting force, you'll likely see more armored men in the street. Between each sessions, check each of the conditions below. Go down the list and check each condition for all steadings before moving to the next. If a condition applies, apply its effects. Growth. When a village or town is booming and its prosperity is above moderate, you may reduce prosperity and defenses to move to the next larger type. New towns immediately gain market and new cities immediately gain guild, your choice. Collapse. When a steadings population is in exodus and its prosperity is poor or less, it shrinks. A city becomes a town with a steady population and plus prosperity. A keep becomes a town with plus defenses and a steady population. A town becomes a village with a steady population plus prosperity. A village becomes a ghost town. Want. When a steading has a need that is not fulfilled through trade, capture, or otherwise, that steading is in want. It gets either minus prosperity, minus population, or lose a tag based on the resource like craft or trade, your choice. Trade. When trade is blocked because of the source of that trade is gone, the route is endangered, or the political reasons, the steading has a choice. Gain need, a traded good, or take minus prosperity. Capture. When control of a resource changes, remove that resource from the tags of the previous owner and add it to the tags of the new owner, if applicable. If the previous owner has a craft or trade based on that resource they now have, need that resource. If the new owner had a need for that resource, remove it. When a steading has more trade than it has current, this is okay, so we had growth, collapse, want, trade, capture, which is the resources, profit. When a steading has more trade than its currently prosperity, it gets plus prosperity. Surplus. When a steading has a resource that another steading needs, unless enmity or other diplomatic reasons prevent it, they set up trade. The steading with the resources gets plus prosperity and their choice of oaths, plus population or plus defenses. The steading with the need erases that need and adds trade. Aid. When a steading has oaths to a steading under attack, that steading may take minus defenses to give the steading under attack plus defenses. Embattled. When a steading is surrounded by enemy forces, it suffers losses. If it fights back with force, it gets minus defenses. If its new defenses are watch or less, it also gets minus prosperity. If it instead tries to wait out the attack, it gets minus population. If its new population is shrinking or less, it loses a tag of your choice. If the steading's defenses outclass the attackers, your call if it's not clear, or make it part of an adventure front, the steading is no longer surrounded. Opportunity. When a steading has enmity against a weaker steading, they may attack. Subtract the distance in rations between the steadings from the steading with the enmity's defenses. If the result is greater than the other steading's defenses plus defense for each step of size difference, village to town, town to keep, keep to city, they definitely attack. Otherwise, it's your call. Has anything happened recently to stoke their anger? The forces of the attacker embattle the defender, while they maintain the attack their minus defenses. Clash. When two steadings both attack each other, their forces meet somewhere between them and fight. If they're evenly matched, they both get minus defenses and their troops return home. If one has the advantage, they take minus defenses while the other takes minus 2 defenses. Other updates. The conditions above detailed most basic of interactions between steadings. Of course, the presence of your fronts and the players means things can get far more complex. Since tags are descriptive, add them as needed to reflect the player's actions and your front's effects on the world. And that will end the chapter on world building. So let me know what you all thought about that and how useful that'll be if you wish to use Dungeon World's world building in games outside of Dungeon World. Or if you're playing Dungeon World, how helpful that will be to you. Well, until we all game again, guys.